So today we're going to start with pinch pots, and I've got 3 examples of pinch pots, some better than others, but there's 3 different states here. So this is a finished pinch pot with glaze. Okay, this is a bisqueware, so it's been fired once after the shaping process is complete. And then this one is bone dry or greenware, both basically ready to be fired for the first time. So this is its most fragile state right now because it has not been fired and solidified into its bisqueware. So what we're going to do today is we're going to start from the very beginning, where to get your clay and how to start shaping, well, and how to cut before we start shaping. So we have a couple different tools. When we come over to the wedging table, it's a canvas cloth on a board. We got 2 different tools to use. We've got a wire tool like this to slice the clay, or we've got a multi-cutter, kind of like what I call the bread slicer. So when we come over to the wedging table with the canvas cloth, we're going to get our clay, and then we're going to get some clay out. This clay has already been recycled. This is clay that was used before, and we have a pug mill that we use to recycle clay, and it shoots out a nice tube of clay like this, so we can then slice it up in even amounts. It makes it so much easier, because if we have to slice like this and I have to try and be precise about how much each student gets, it gets a little more dicey. So what we do, what I do, because I have a multi-cutter tool, is I'm going to slice straight down, and I'm going to flip it over, tap the back side so they all pop out, and then I've got even 1/4-inch slices. Yes, these are at 1/4-inch slots, so that way we get the same consistent slices. So what I do for the pinch pot is I give anywhere from 4 to 5 slices per student. I'm going to do 4 slices today. And what we do is move these out of the way, and then this is what I'm going to give the student, and then they are going to have to wedge it. So we should be at the point where we've all got our clay, and we're going to start to wedge. Wedging is the process of pushing out the air pockets that are inside the clay from the recycling process. Air gets in between, and if you get an air pocket, a couple things. Some people say that the air pockets can cause the clay to explode in the kiln. Some say that that's not true. It's the moisture. We don't want to take any chances regardless, and we want to make sure, because especially when we're shaping, if we get an air pocket, it could rip a hole in our pinch pot, and we don't want that to happen. So what we do, make sure we got a nice clean surface, and then we're going to put our clay down. We're going to push on it so it's almost flat. Wedging is also like, an example would be kneading bread. So you have to do the same thing with kneading bread. So once I have it kind of flat, I'm going to put my palm on it, kind of shape it up into kind of a C shape, and then bend it back over. And I'm going to do that and rotate over and over. If you notice, I'm doing it with one hand. You can do it with 2, just depends on the amount of clay. But I'm going to rotate, and I'm going to smush, and then bend, smush again, bend, smush again. My thumb is assisting me in this process as well as I go to shape it. So after we shape it, and right now this clay that we're using, we talked about the bone dry greenware, bisqueware, and then of course the final fire with glaze. This is in plastic state. Plastic state means that it's very moldable. It's not too dry. It is in perfect condition for us to mold the clay. So I'm going to then start to slowly stop shaping so much, and I'm going to put it into a ball form. So this ball will then be our starting spot for our pinch pot. So I've slowly started doing that. Now I'm going to just kind of keep my hands bent, shaping it into a ball. We want to get into a curved shape so we can have that ball form when we start our pinch pot. Okay, everybody should be at this point right now.